Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Hall. You're watching the Disappointed Cat Morning Show. You may call me Dr. Kennard. What are the stories we're covering this Monday? Let's look at the sheet. Vaccine for kids. That's coming out pretty soon. Probably. Carbon dioxide being harvested or taken away from the atmosphere, controlling greenhouse gases, or that particular greenhouse gas. We're going to be talking about a special device in Iceland. And what else? Oh, Missouri bigots. Was I going to say Missouri boogers? I was going to say Missouri boogers, but that's not right. We're going to talk about Missouri bigots and a cat that fell to earth, as well as artificial chameleon skin and COVID infections lowering over time. I hope you're all doing well. Do you want to do something funny? We should do something funny. And let me see if we can do something funny.
Hey man, I think Trevor has depression. He never gets out of bed.
Oh no, what do you think we should do?
I think I'm gonna put sand in his bed so that way he feels like it's a tropical island vacation in his bed.
That's a great business idea.
Thanks, man. Hi, do you have depression?
Yeah, sometimes.
Don't worry. I have a new business idea where I put sand in your bed so you feel like you're in a tropical vacation while you're in your bed.
First, go to a place with lots of sand. I chose the beach. Next, turn your hand into a sand scooper by making your hand look like a scoop just like this. Once you've got some sand, put the sand into a proper carrying vessel.
Oh my god, it's a dolphin!
Oh my god, look, a dolphin. Dump the sand out on your depressed friend's bed. Now spread it out like you're making a peanut butter and jelly without a knife.
Yo, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, hey man, yeah, I'm just putting sand on your bed so it feels like you're on vacation.
What the fuck, man? What do you think? Do you like it?
I don't care, man. Whatever.
That's it. Sweet Island Dreams, my sweet, sweet boy.
Thank you.
You're wearing jeans to go to bed?
Yeah.
You gonna take your shoes off, or...?
No.
Pimp. That's a pimp move.
Okay, whatever.
A pimp move indeed. I hope everyone's doing well this morning. See how everyone's doing in the chat. And simply Secular Dave. Hope you're doing well. Are there any purple pills? I don't know. I don't think there are any purple pills, Dave. Vesta, how you doing? And Grand Farmer. Hope you're doing well this morning. Phil, Tobin, Robert X. Thank you for putting down this whole like, share, positive vibes, everyone. We're all about positive vibes this morning, right? Scott Duke, good morning, sir. Did I get everyone? I think I got everyone. Remember Sammy Jenkins? What's up, Sammy? Good point. Missouri bigots are boogers. Yes, indeed. Big Zebra. What's up, Big Zebra? So announcements. Tomorrow I have my orientation. It's in the morning and it's an all-day thing. So no show tomorrow. Normal show on Thursday and Friday, I believe. The girlfriend was just asking me, so Andy, after you do your orientation on Tuesday and Wednesday, do you have any idea when your schedule is going to start up or what the plan is? And I said, no idea. I am just, what's up, Glenn? Yeah, I have a new job. I have a new overnight job. And so I have to go do the work indoctrination or the orientation, which is fine. It's not a problem for me. So it's good that I'm actually getting work again, right? And so no show tomorrow, no show on Wednesday. There is a show tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Ig Nobel prizes. It's done by Harvard University once a year. It's about all the crazy science stuff, right? So it's not the Nobel prizes, it's the Ig Nobel prizes. There's a live video. Well, there isn't a live video, but they shot a video. The award ceremony was done online this year because of COVID. And so I don't know if Jack's going to be joining me or not, but I plan to watch the video, hopefully with you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And so that's going to be the 8 p.m. Monday show tonight. We're just going to be taking a look at the Ig Nobel prizes. It's funny stuff. You're going to find out some weird, crazy science stuff. I went to see the Ig Nobel prizes back in 2019. I think it was over at MIT. And we found out one of the scientific research papers that they went over, that one was why wombats poo in blocks. The animal, the wombat, when it defecates, its poos come in cubes. Weird, I know. Yeah, the Ig Nobel is pretty awesome, and so they're going to. So I'm just going to be looking at the video, checking it out, maybe making some comments. But it should be a lot of fun tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. A new job where you have to be oriented instead of accidentalized. Well, I'm sure there'll be accidentalization too at some point in the process. Big Zebra. What's up, KCA, Randy? You'd rather get a Nobel Prize than a Darwin Award. Yeah, indeed. Well, it isn't just, I'm pretty spot on with the sleeping, Sammy. I can do sleeping pretty well. It's just the hours of waking that where I have to interact with people. That's the real orientation part right there. All right. What else is going on here? So I talked about the show I'm doing tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. I talked about no show on Tuesday and Wednesday. And I think that's it for announcements, right? I was on the Free Thought Profit show. What was it, on Friday last week? On Friday, they did we did pub philosophy, basically. And we talked about AI, artificial intelligence. That was a lot of fun. I got to ask questions. I got to say words. It was a good time. What's up, Divine Sorcerer? All right. We should do some memes. Don't you think we should do some memes? I think we should do some memes. Am I going to talk about 9/11? I cannot not talk about 9/11 because that happened on Saturday. Here's a meme. Not funny. How about honoring the 20th anniversary by not indulging in the religious fundamentalism that produced this? Yes. Fundamentalism of any type. Evangelical Christianity, fundamentalist Islam. You know, I made the mistake of turning on CNN, and ceremony was being held. New York City. They were reading out the names of the dead, of the slain. And if anything, and tell me if I'm wrong, chat, observers, lurkers, that we've learned absolutely nothing as a country. For people here in the States, I feel, just from watching the ceremony, maybe I watched about 40 minutes of it, we've learned nothing. It was nothing but American exceptionalism, jingoism, some heartfelt feelings, of course, but they were all wrapped up in the we refuse to learn anything from our mistakes. One of the things I posted on Twitter on 9/11, what I would like to hear is, hey, in retrospect, invading Iraq was a disaster. In retrospect, militarizing our police had negative effects and has negative effects. And the president has imperial power, and that is toxic. Those are the things, some of the lessons that we could learn from our response to 9/11. Have we learned any of those? Not really. I don't think so. Not in any real serious way. Not in any kind of institutional way. So I ended up yelling at the TV screen for about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Simply Secular Dave, Catholic Church, we put the men in fundamentalism, indeed. All right. That was my rant, my mini rant about the 9/11 ceremonies. What's the next meme, everyone? Family and friends. What could be better than having kids? Me. Silence and money. I'm happy to have had kids, to tell you the truth, but I can appreciate the reasoning for people not to have kids. Silence and money and fun. All those things. Valid reasons not to have children, everyone. And the last meme. Is this a cat meme? This is a cat meme. And does it lead? Okay, I'm not going to oversell this particular bit. Me, meows to my cat hearing me make 10 grammatical errors in just one meow. Oh, Are there grammatical errors in meows? Maybe there are. Maybe you can meow wrong. Maybe, I think I could meow wrong to my cat. My cat talks to me all the time. Well, meows to me all the time. And I feel like I could meow incorrectly to my cat. What's up, Jess M? John Hudson, glad to see that you're here, sir. Did Biscuit get a present over the weekend? Biscuit did. We got a little present through the mail for Biscuit. The person who is usually here with us isn't in the chat, but do I have video of playing with the toy? Yes, I do. Will I drop it later on today or maybe on the show sometime this week? Yes, it's a great little toy, and Biscuit's and appreciating it quite a bit. All right, can grammar be fun? Sure, grammar can be fun, Dr. Mordecai. I suppose it can be, right? All right, first story, everyone. Descriptions and links. Links are in the description. U.S. could authorize Pfizer COVID-19 shot for kids age 5 to 11 in October. It would have been nice if they could have held off school until we got a vaccine. That would have made sense, right? That would have made sense to have held off school for a couple of months until kids 5 through 11 could have gotten vaccinated, right? I mean, doesn't that make sense? All right. This is from Reuters. Top U.S. health officials believe that Pfizer Inc.'s COVID-19 vaccine could be authorized for children 5 to 11 years old by the end of October, two sources familiar with the situation said on Friday. The timeline is based on the expectation that Pfizer, which developed the shot with Germany's BioNTech, will have enough data from clinical trials to seek emergency use authorization with that age group from the U.S. FDA towards the end of this month. The sources said they anticipate the FDA could make a decision on whether the shot is safe and effective in younger children within 3 weeks of the EUA submission. Pretty good news overall, because we've seen in stories that we've covered over the last week or two or three that yes, kids do end up in the hospital. Now the question is, was it worth it to start school on time as against to waiting? And that, my friends, you know, on one hand, on the balance, you have, well, how many kids are being sent to the ICU versus inconvenience of having school starting a little later than usual? Fauci said that Moderna will likely take about 3 weeks longer than Pfizer to collect and, you know, I'm going to say this, analyze, right? That's wrong, Andy. That's icky too. There's no reason to say that. It's data on children 5 to 11, according to the source. He estimated that the decision on the Moderna shot should come around November, according to the source. The second source said Fauci's timeline for Moderna appeared optimistic. So jabs in kids' arms pretty soon. Of course, there'll be parents who want to have religious exemptions for their kids, right? Because the kids are like super religious and the kids understand virology, biology. You know, the 5-year-old does, of course. And I'd like to see how the anti-maskers handle Halloween. I'm sure they'll handle it as they've handled everything, steeped in ignorance. Tesla Ranger. All right. You want to see, you know, the title of this video is about positivity, right? It's about a new hope. We're talking about positivity here for some of the stories this morning. Let's do, what's up, Kendra? I'm going to share with you a video. It's a short video, everyone. I like these Reuters videos because they're short. COVID-19 infections, hospitalizations slowly decline in the U.S. And watch me hit a few buttons here. Very exciting, I can tell. All right. And with a black screen, too. Very top notch.
Here's the latest on the pandemic now. Nationwide, the number of new cases and hospitalizations is dropping. But Friday, the death toll hit its highest number since February. For the 37% of the country that is still unvaccinated, the CDC says the risk of dying of COVID is 11 times higher compared to those fully vaccinated. Health experts say vaccine mandates, like President Biden's federal order, will help slow the pandemic.
The most important thing we can do to protect against any variant, be it Delta, Mu, or C1.2, is to get vaccinated.
The FDA is warning parents once again to hold off on getting children under 12 vaccinated until the shots are proven to be safe and effective for them.
All right, quick little bit there about kids getting vaccinated probably within a couple of months. Once again, it would have been nice to have schools wait to be open until we actually had vaccines in kids. That made sense. But if there's one thing, right, that I think we've all learned is that during this pandemic is that our institutions run on inertia, right? So a body at rest is at rest unless there's an action put on it, and an action and an object stays in motion unless there's something that another force that works on it. So there's this inertia. You know, these institutions move unless we stop them, unless we make a choice. And people decided that schools needed to, now, is it the Democrats? I know Joe Biden was pretty hard on this. Schools are going to be open on time this year. That seems arbitrary. That seemed arbitrary a few months ago. It certainly seems arbitrary right now. Dr. Osiris, glad to see you're here. All righty. I get to vote tomorrow. Completely being tangential. We're doing like the primary of the city I live in. You get to vote on the final grouping of candidates. So what I'm going to do is vote Democratic, Socialist, pretty much the party ticket line. It's either going to be Green Party or the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, because we have a couple of DSA candidates here, and I'm sure a couple of Green candidates here, because this is a very blue city, and so I can afford to vote for even further left. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. All right, so what's the next story we're going over? This is exciting. I got a little excitement here. Now there's going to be some confrontation here probably in the chat about why are we building things to take CO2 out of the air or carbon out of the air when we could just stop putting carbon into the air. Let's just go with this good news here first. World's largest plant capturing carbon from air starts in Iceland. Here's a picture of it. Doesn't look that impressive, does it? But yes, it is taking carbon out of the air, sequestering it underground. And at the very least, it's something. Copenhagen, the world's largest plant that sucks carbon dioxide directly from the air and deposits it underground, is due to start operating on Wednesday. That's last week, of course. The company behind the nascent green technology said. Swiss startup Cineworks AG, which specializes in capturing carbon dioxide directly from the air, has partnered with Icelandic carbon storage firm Carbfix to develop a plant that sucks out up to 4,000 tons of CO2 per year. That's the equivalent of this annual emissions from about 790 cars. All right, so that's the good news, right? That's the good news. So 4,000 tons of carbon out of the air. That sounds significant, right? 790 cars. All that carbon gone. But how big is the problem? This is the depressing part. So we started off with the good news. Now comes the not so good news. Last year, global CO2 emissions totaled 31.5 billion tons, according to the IEA. That's the International Energy Agency right there. So the story continues. The Orca plant, a reference to the Icelandic word for energy, consists of 8 large containers, similar in looks to those used in the shipping industry, which employ high-tech filters and fans to extract carbon dioxide. The isolated carbon is then mixed with water and pumped deep underground, where it slowly turns into rock. Both technologies are powered by renewable energy sourced from a nearby geothermal power plant. You see, and so that prevents the cycle, right? Because I'm sure some of you in the chat have already noted this, that if we use electricity to take carbon out of the air, and if we burn fossil fuels to get that electricity, doesn't that just create more of the cycle of stupid? But of course, this particular plant is using geothermal energy. Direct air capture is still a fledgling and costly technology, but developers hope to drive down prices by scaling up as more companies and consumers look to reduce their carbon footprint. There are currently 15 direct air capture plants operating worldwide, capturing more than 9,000 tons of CO2 per year, according to the IEA. So right now there's 14 plants doing 9,000 tons per year. This one plant is going to be doing 4,000 tons. So it just shows you how they are making an attempt to scale up the technology. And at the end of the article, I don't have a panel here for it, is that there is going to be a new plant, supposedly in Texas, everyone, that's supposed to be able to take out 1 million tons of carbon out of the air every year. So you can check out the whole story. There are links in the description, right? 20 comments. Here we go. Let's check this out. All right. Catching up with everyone here in the chat. Everyone seems to be. Oh, thank you, Dr. Osiris, for dropping down those links. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wild Eden, glad to see that you're here. Well, the Icelandic volcano will have the right, because isn't Iceland just being torn apart? I mean, slowly, gradually, and everything. But you know, there are different the Iceland is just being torn apart, basically. Over time, of course. It isn't going to happen tomorrow. Is a carbon capture plant more efficient than a forest? You know, Tesla Ranger, I think you're asking the wrong question. In a capitalistic system, where can you make more money? A carbon capture plant or a forest? I think the answer is clear, right? Of course, I'm being a bit facetious there with my answer. Halftime tummy rub show already? Halftime tummy rub show. That's what we do. I'm told I should be asking people to hit the like button, to subscribe, ring the bell, do all those things. Of course, there are no ads on this channel. Everything is funded by YouTube members and patrons and people who throw me dollars and coins through PayPal and Venmo. Links are in the description. But let's do something funny right now, everyone.
Chocolate cottage cheese cookies from 1955. This was given to me by my friend Shelby. It's called Quick Dishes for the Woman in a Hurry. In a hurry to take a dump. We start with a cup of margarine. It's like butter, but terrible. 2 cups of sugar. Now we beat. That tracks for the 50s. 2 eggs. Then an entire cup of cottage cheese. I hate cottage cheese. It looks like it's listening to me. Chunky. For dry ingredients, we need 3 cups of flour, a teaspoon of floof powder, and a half teaspoon of floof soda. Half cup of cocoa. Get in! Finish with nuts. Don't have to ask me twice. Mix. 10 minutes, 350. Hello. Oh? Now that's just a good cookie. It is distinctly different, but good.
He does good work, that guy. He does good work. All those bizarre recipes from days gone by. Good stuff. All right. I like cottage cheese. I'm not a big fan of cottage cheese myself, Grand Farmer. But, you know, I mean, intelligent people can have different opinions on cottage cheese, I think, right? I think so. All right. So what have we covered so far? We've covered vaccines for kids coming out within the next month or two. We talked about the carbon capture plant in Iceland. We talked about COVID rates coming down in the U.S. Oh, my fictitious God. it seems like there's nothing but good news. But don't worry. This is still the United States of America, where I'm reporting from. And there is still, it's still America, everyone. Missouri parent claims classroom pride flag will teach their child to be gay. Roll that around your frontal lobes for a few minutes, for a few seconds. Missouri parent claims classroom pride, that's, the rainbow flag, pride flag, will teach their child to be gay by Hemet Meta. This is, of course, from the Friendly Atheist. Link to the full article is in the description below. Missouri, what are we going to do with you? I don't know. Let's check out the tale. On the first day of school at Nesho, that's how I'm pronouncing it, junior high school in Missouri, teacher John Wallace placed a rainbow flag in his classroom as a way to make sure the LGBTQ students don't feel excluded. It was a harmless yet meaningful gesture. While the administration didn't recommend it, when he asked for permission, they didn't say no either. So Wallace figured he was safe. That's our special effect today, everyone. Me going, He even said later that several students thanked him for doing that because they wouldn't know where else to go. Days later, administrators of the school demanded that he take down the flag for reasons that just scream right-wing religious propaganda. On August 26th, Wallace said he was called into a meeting with the administrators, who told him that a parent had called and expressed concern that Wallace would potentially teach their child to be gay. I don't know how you do that. Do you do that by not demonizing the LGBTQ community? I think. I don't know. The administration should have hung up on the parent, or maybe told that parent to enroll in kindergarten, because it's apparent they never learned anything growing up, but instead the officials sided with a bigot. During the 26th meeting, the administrators told him to remove the signs and the flag, which Wallace said one of the administrators compared to the Confederate flag. I'm going to read it again because it's so stupid. One of the administrators compared the LGBTQ flag to the Confederate flag. I don't know. I'm not surprised if you've had any interactions with school administration officials. It can seem like banging your head up against the wall. That's been my experience. Let's continue. I was told that the classroom have to be middle of the road on political issues. And then I said, that's okay. This is not a political issue, Wallace said. I said, this is a human rights issue. And then I was told to be middle of the road on human rights. There's no middle of the road on human rights. Man, you got to hand it to them for having moxie. But this is the United States of America. And we're chock full of idiots here. And this is just an example, by the way, of the middle of the road fallacy, right? Well, you have, and we're going to do a little digression here to talk about this particular logical fallacy, which grinds my gears, to quote Peter Griffin from Family Guy. You see, the middle of the road fallacy is that you have two positions. For an example, police should not kill any unarmed black men. Here you have police should shoot every single unarmed black man that they encounter. The middle of the road, the compromise position, is that the police shoot only a few unarmed black men. You see, and that's why it's a fallacy. Assuming that the compromise position between 2 points is the right one, that's a fallacy, everyone. All right, let's continue. Superintendent Jim Cummins later told Wallace that parents complained that he was pushing an agenda in the classroom, which again makes no sense. There's a flag, there's no agenda. What would the agenda be? It would be, I don't know, it would be tolerance, maybe? Cummins made Wallace sign a document saying he wouldn't discuss LGBTQ issues in the classroom, which he wasn't doing anyway. Reading through the lines, though, Wallace chose to resign. He didn't want to work in what he called a hostile work environment. He also noted in a tweet, there is never a problem when a heterosexual teacher displays pictures of themselves and their spouses in the classroom. But I have a flag and all hell breaks loose. The saddest thing is that Wallace grew up in this community. Teaching there, despite the obvious problems in the city, was a way of giving back to the people who made him who he is today. But they found a way to kick him out for daring to let students know that they were going to be respected. He's now planning to move to St. Louis, but he likely won't be teaching again. NBC News reports that Wallace filed a complaint with the Education Department's Office of Civil Rights, alleging that he faced employment discrimination due to his sexual orientation. I hope he sues. I hope he wins gaggles of money from those bigots. Bleed them dry. Checking out the chat. Family Guy, yes. The show Family Guy by Seth MacFarlane. There's a little bit. If you go on YouTube or you check out Grind My Gears, it's a little obscure Peter Griffin, the dad from Family Guy. There was an episode where he would go on TV and he goes, "This grinds my gears," and says stupid things, crazy words. That grinds my gears. That does grind my gears. See, John Hudson knows where it's at. Okay, checking out the rest of the chat. Yeah, so the kid wouldn't become gay merely by seeing the pride flag. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, I think I caught up with everything. I thought you became gay from eating chemtrail frogs. I think there's at least one legitimate news source. I think it was from InfoWars, right? From Alex Jones. I think that's true. I saw it on a very reputable site. All right. We're going to switch from idiocy to something cool. Every once in a while, I just see something on YouTube and I go, wow, that's weird. And I want to share it with you all. This is weird, science, geeky, nerdy stuff. So let's check it out. What's the name of this video? Thank you, Tesla Ranger, for throwing down that link. Grinds my gears. Here it is, everyone. Simply, yes, Tesla Ranger threw it down. All right. South Korean researchers create a chameleon-like skin. What? It's true. We're going to check out a robotic skin that is very chameleon-like.
그 색에 대한 정보가 마이크로 프로세서로 전달이 되고, 마이크로 프로세서에서는 그 색을 구현하기 위해서는 몇 도로 이제 히팅을 해야 된다는 정보를 일단 가지고 있기 때문에 이제 그 특정한 온도로 이제 히팅을 해주라는 정보를 이제 그 히터에다 보내게 되고요. 그래서 이제 그 히팅된 온도에 따라서 이제 특정한 색이 이제 발현되는 것으로 되어 있습니다.
So there you go. That's our little science geek moment right there. Maybe we'll have an invisibility cloak pretty soon too. Tesla Ranger puts down in the chat here. Let me see if I can get the chat working for me, because a lot of times Tesla Ranger says, what really grinds my gears was a segment hosted by Peter Griffin on Quahog 5 News. The gig lasted for one episode. The Stewie Griffin, the Untold Story segment. Stewie, be good. Yeah, that was funny stuff. Funny stuff. What's up, Dee Parks? Dee Parks. Guess what I got through the mail the other day? I didn't even get it. It was Biscuit the cat who got it. I'll drop down a video of Biscuit playing with the toy. Well, I'll send it to you first, Dee Parks, and then I'll show it to everyone sometime later on this week. But thank you. Biscuit has been enjoying the cat toy quite a bit. A little freaked out by it at times, but still, she is enjoying it quite a bit. All right, last story, positive story. What are we doing here? Oh, it's a cat story, everyone. What? It's a cat story? It is a cat story. How could we have the Disappointed Cat morning show and not do something about a cat? Let's see. A cat in a Miami football stadium, for some reason, dangles, falls, and survives. Is there a video of this? Yes, there is. I'm going to read some words, and then we're going to check out the valiant cat falling to safety. It was only about a minute that a cat dangled perilously from the upper deck of Miami's Hard Rock Stadium with nothing but an American flag outstretched 30 feet below to break its fall. But the drama gripped thousands of fans who had ostensibly come to watch a college football game between the then number 22 Miami Hurricanes and Appalachian State Mountaineers. 10 minutes to go into the first quarter, the game itself could not possibly compete with the spectacle of a black and white cat clinging to a cable by both front paws at first and then just one, as the fans gasped and cried out, and then it fell. You want to see the video of the cat falling and being saved? This is the important part. The cat just didn't fall. It was saved. So you have to, it's going to be up here and then it's going to fall. I'm going to just play the video and we'll see what happens, everyone.
The flag is forward, and it's forward. I think they called the cat. Oh my goodness, a cat was hanging from the upper deck by his paws. The cat fell and they were holding flags underneath when they rescued the cat. Meanwhile, handoff, right side, Heathen in the hole. Heathen across the 35, Heathen the 40.
I'm going to play it again in case you didn't get it the first time. Because the cat's very small, and then drops into this couple who was holding the American flag, because they happen to bring the American flag every single time they go to the game, supposedly, and they have the flag and they drape it over the railing so it doesn't get in anyone's way, eyesight, and then they just happen to see the cat up there. They took the flag and used it to save the cat. I'm going to show the video one more.
The flag is forward. And it's forward. I think they called the cat. Oh my goodness, a cat was hanging from the upper deck by his paws. The cat fell and they were holding flags underneath when they rescued the cat.
And the cat was fine. It was a little startled, a little stunned at first, and then started wanting to get down or getting away from the people that were holding it. Good stuff. Positive news, everyone. I don't know what to do. We only had one stupid story about the Missouri bigots, but otherwise, it's been an oddly positive news cycle. We're talking about vaccine for kids rolling out pretty soon. We talked about carbon dioxide being pulled out of the air by, I guess, what you could call the world's largest carbon entrapment device machine that's in Iceland, powered by geothermal energy too. Of course, we had to cover Missouri bigots because bigots are going to bigot. Just one, they were just concerned about an LGBTQ flag in a classroom, and they were afraid that it was going to make their kid gay. And of course, we talked about the cat that fell to earth safely, everyone, from 30 feet up. Pretty cool. Going to check out the chat before starting to wrap things up here. Oh, I should say things like there's the after party after show today at 10 a.m. After party after show. If you want to be on the panel, link in the description below, everyone. What's up, Jessi Bear? Positive news for the cat. That's right, Dave. That's right. Positive news for the cat, indeed. Okay. Now then, let's check. Oh, thank you, Jessi Bear, for suggesting that people hit the like button. All right. Let's end with something funny too. You want to do that? Let's do that.
We can't hire you. Why not? Because of your reputation for stealing muffins. You're a thief.
But I steal muffins because I'm hungry.
Why don't you pay for them? I don't have a job.
Why can't you get a job? No one will hire me because I steal muffins. Then stop stealing muffins. I can. I'll go hungry.
Then buy something to eat.
I don't have money.
Then get a job. I can't get a job. I steal muffins to solve the hunger problem. I can never get past the hunger problem. All of this started because you stole something. We're in a repeating loop here. I beg to differ. All of this started because I was hungry.
Look, if you work here, you just can't steal muffins, okay? Okay.
Have you learned your lesson from stealing all those muffins?
Yeah, I have. Don't get caught.
And isn't that the lesson for capitalism right there? If you're going to steal muffins, don't get caught. All right, checking out the chat one more time before wrapping everything up. Lick the button, heathens. Wow. Wow, lick the button. All right, if you want to lick the button, you can. I'm not going to stop you from I mean, I can't, right? I can't stop you from licking the button, but if, hitting the button, smashing the button, licking the button, all those are acceptable. Jessi Bear says, decluttering the tiny humans lost track of time. Oh, yeah. Well, yes, I remember my kids being young. Jessi Bear. Indeed. All right, so it is the cycle of poverty right there, right? That's the video that we just saw. It's about the cycle of poverty. Well, why? If people just didn't need to eat or have shelter, capitalism would run so much easier, wouldn't it? Okay. After party, after show at 10 a.m. today, everybody. No shows tomorrow because I'm doing that work thing. Do I have a plan for in the future, a scheme about how to run this show? Certainly. Once my job starts for real, because my job won't start for real probably for another couple of days until next week, I would imagine. So I do have a plan on how to be here in this space at this time. We'll see how it works out, but no show tomorrow, no show on Wednesday. We're doing the 8 p.m. show where we're just going to be looking at the Ig Nobel Prizes at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's about an hour and a half video. It should be a lot of fun, to tell you the truth. I'm looking forward to it. And I think that's it. I'm going to throw down my drop the video for thanking patrons and YouTube members for contributing to the cause. And I'll see you at 10 o'clock for the after party after show. How's that? That sounds like fun.